Been a month since I've done the typical CBR thing. These videos y'all seem to enjoy. I know there are a few people that are like, oh, CBR again, blah, blah, blah. There's always something somebody has to complain about. Look, I know it's easy. I know it's beating the dead horse. And I just really couldn't resist because I'm very curious as to what characters they're really going to use. I know the typical popular one is going to be like Naruto, replace him with Rock Lee. And that's always an interesting, like, what if, but I would disagree with it regardless. So, 10 shonen protagonists who should be replaced with side characters. This came out 3 days ago. So, here we see Spike, how dare they, and we see Saitama. Alright. Number 10. Genos has the painful protagonist backstory that Saitama doesn't. Alright. So, the thing is of course we can't expect CBR to always use logic. We can't. However, we're going to see if they're consistent with having a more painful backstory, therefore means you should be the protagonist. Because they're gonna contradict this, I guarantee you. I actually think Saitama's a better character than most people give him credit for. I find him, especially after reading Watchmen, to be a really good representation of what it means to be superhuman. Like, once you're so powerful to the point that nobody can, like, make you feel anything for the most part, you know, indifference is really what you feel, which is what we get with Saitama's character at first. So, Genos, like, having a more painful backstory, which I do want to say this now, because I might as well as two birds with one stone here. Having a more tragic backstory does not automatically make your character better. Even though it's all completely subjective at the end of the day, I think solely having a painful backstory doesn't do it. Yeah, you have to execute upon that. So, number 10, Genos over Saitama. All right, let's continue. Number 9, Bakugo is consistently more popular than... Oh, Lord, the popularity thing. Okay, no, I completely disagree with this. I think a character like Bakugo is perfect for the role that he fits. It's perfect. The rival character is amazing. Could you imagine if the roles... I don't think it would work that well if Deku was the rival character. I mean, I think you could write it, but it wouldn't... I'm just going to skip over this because no. Okay, so their logic is that if Mikasa or Armin would have been the ones in control of the wheel, the mass genocide wouldn't have basically happened. So less suffering would have essentially happened. I don't know. Like, I just don't... We're not going to bother with this one. Okay, number 7. I feel like number 7 and number 9 give me a similar feel. It just doesn't feel right. It really doesn't. Because Killua is an amazing character. Gon, I think, is also an amazing character. So the thing is, this is weird because they state it here, is that Hunter x Hunter, as it continues, it focuses on different characters at certain points, right? And it just, I don't know if it would change all that much, considering how much of Killua's perspective we also get to see, you know? So it just, I don't... Again, the last 3 are just really weird to me. Also, I'm surprised Naruto hasn't popped up on the list yet. This one's really weird to me as well. So we're just gonna move past this one. Okay. What? Okay.
You serious?
Rei is arguably more important than Shinji. Okay, so I know Rei is important to the grand narrative, but I feel like her character shrouded in so much mystery that if she was the actually, it would be an interesting take. But I'm not like the biggest fan of Eva. It's just, it wasn't. I think it's a great series, just not my cup of tea. But Shinji is such a beautiful representation of anti-escapism. He really is. Like, watching Evangelion, a lot of the characters are so hateable and you want to punch them in the face. But what Shinji goes through throughout the entire story, I don't think Eva would still be Eva if Shinji's not the protagonist. That's really my issue with a lot of this, right? Is these stories no longer are the stories that they are if you completely change who the protagonist is, other than Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter I don't think changes much. But Eva... Okay, so here they say, over time, she has reached levels of fame and popularity that often eclipses that of Shinji, especially in terms of being inspiring. and I click on Mo Inspiring, and it takes me to Bunny Girls. Oh, Mo Culture, a furry okay, all right, you know what? That's not what I came here. So, okay, so, I thought they just misspelled more, but don't tell me they're trying to argue that the reason why Rei should be the protagonist over Shinji is because she inspired furry No, if you inspired furries, oh my goodness. No, this can't be what I think it is. This can't be. They're not trying to tell me that because she inspired furries. Therefore, how? Okay, we'll move past it. Tanjiro is not as zany as Zenitsu. The wackiness of the main character is a popular quality to have for a shonen protagonist, as evidenced by Naruto, Luffy, Kamina, Gintoki, and many more. Tanjiro, all compassionate and gentle, is an excellent hero, but his personality isn't as exciting or unpredictable. Okay, so I'll agree with this statement. However, I don't agree entirely that this would make it better. Because I love Tanjiro. I absolutely adore Tanjiro's character for the most part. The compassionate demon killer is a little different from what I'm used to, where the demon killers are these traumatized, borderline evil maniacs who go on killing sprees, right? Zenitsu being the protagonist with Tanjiro as his backup could work if they did a Hunter x Hunter approach where each character was given an arc where they're fully fleshed out and explored. However, that's not really the case. Inosuke, they don't, sadly, my favorite character of the bunch, not much is done with Inosuke throughout the manga, and I think Tanjiro, I could see it working, I like Tanjiro in the role of protagonist. I think Zenitsu being, like, an unpredictable like, you could write it, again, this is one of those things you could write it, but this isn't valid enough of a reason. I think the only reason I can think of that they don't really bring up here is like Zenitsu's entire development as a character, right? That you could definitely work with that a lot, making him the protagonist. But I think the premise of Tanjiro's backstory, right, and the whole Nezuko dynamic is far more intriguing than I would say just Zenitsu being a coward and then not being a coward. Although Zenitsu's dope, don't get me wrong. All right, moving on to number 4. Radical Edward is cooler than... You serious? I know there's a lot of silence in this video, but I hope my silence says more than what I could possibly put into words. Like this... We're talking about the same Spike, right? Because they put Cowboy Bebop, but we clearly didn't see the same... Like, I love Edward, but... All right. Also, isn't Cowboy Bebop, if I'm not mistaken... Hold on. Whoa, wait. Shonen... Wait. 10 shonen protagonists. Saitama's not from a shonen. They started off with a character who isn't even... Ay, Dios mío. Whoa. Imagine if they put, like, Thorfinn shouldn't be the protagonist of Vinland Saga. Or Puck instead of Guts. Oh my goodness. In a shonen list? Oh, that would officially make CBR the worst. Oh man. That would be like the bar of stupid if they put Guts on like a shonen list. All right. So Spike, number 3. Oh my goodness. No. I can't. Wait a minute. Timeout. Technical foul. Nah, that's a flagrant foul. That's a flagrant foul too. You gotta get suspended a few games for that one. Wait a minute. So that there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to read it. Cause there's no way they messed up this bad. I think they know I'm reviewing their stuff, so they put this. All right, they had to have done this on purpose. Isidro is a slightly less gloomy version of Guts. Okay, let's make this clear. If anything, he's not slightly less gloomy. He's a lot less gloomy, and he's nothing like Guts at all. Like, what is their logic? I don't even want to read their logic, because I'm gonna start having a nosebleed. Like the Spike one was bad. All right, the Tanjiro Zenitsu, you could make a cool what if out of it. The Ava one hurt my brain. The Hunter x Hunter one, whatever. The Attack on Titan one, their logic is just bad. We should know this by now. This one, again, it's a weird one, and this isn't even a shonen, and Saitama's just fine where he is. But arguing that any other character other than Guts should be the protagonist of Berserk is ridiculous. So let's just read it. Let's read it. All right, you know what? Challenge. I'm gonna try and read their logic without breaking. Okay. All right. In all honesty, Guts would hate the idea of being the. I just can't. The star of his story. So they're basically trying to say if Guts knew what his story was like, he wouldn't want to go through it. Nah, you don't say. You don't say. Loners don't make for the ideal shonen protagonists. Oh, my brain hurts. This has to be legal. Like, this has to be legal. This can't. I just can't. No. All right. So, can we start like a meme that Guts is like a shonen protagonist now? Can we please do that? Because that's the only way I could spin this. This is Isidro, on the other hand, expresses his desire to be the greatest fighter ever born and works supremely hard to achieve his goals. Yeah, it's not like Guts doesn't train. You know what? Furthermore, Isidro's energy and focus contrast positively with the perennial atmosphere of doom and gloom. That's why he's a good side character. That's why he shouldn't be a main character. That's why I'm gonna like explode. I'm gonna explode. There's so much wrong with this. I can't even. Like it. That one hurt. All right, there's no way. They can't get any worse than number 3. Yeah, okay. Number 2, Rukia was originally planned to be the protagonist of Bleach. Okay, so I'm not fully caught up with Bleach, so I can't speak this much to it. I know Ichigo gets a lot of flack, but he gets a lot of flack undeservingly so, because I find it kind of ironic that so many people bash on what's considered shonen manga and anime for being generic and cliche, right? The typical stuff that you're used to seeing. When Ichigo's the exact opposite of what we're familiar with by the other 2 series in the big 3. There's no other protagonist out there really like Ichigo during his time, and he's just chill. Like, Ichigo's a very chill and cool guy, and look, if you find that boring, whatever, again, that's completely subjective. What I find boring might not be what you find boring, and vice versa. So I think Ichigo's perfectly fine, especially with the whole hollow dynamic he's going on. And I like Rukia's character how it is. Again, this is an example of I can see it, but, I mean, I don't know why you would exactly want to, you know? Unless you completely hate the story how it is, and I love Bleach currently the way that it is. By the way, I'm almost done reading the Fullbring arc. That video should be coming up soon. So far on this list, just to run through it again, we have just wrong, not a shonen. Weird, I don't think the dynamic would work, vice versa. This one's also just really weird, the logic behind it. I think Eren being the protagonist is just fine the way it is, saying that there would be less suffering in the story if other two... It's like, no duh, but that I don't think that's what Isayama was trying to get at, but based off of the leaks, God knows what now. 7, again, I don't really see it as being necessary. I think both of these characters get just enough exposure being in the roles that they are. This one, the logic is just horrendous furry logic. This one, again, weird. I don't really like it, but I could see it. This one's just wrong, and this one is what's a synonym for wrong? Like, what's the farthest you can get from right that is more severe than wrong? This is an abomination. This is what this is. There we go. Number 2 is also really weird. It's like, I could see it. Don't really care for it. Number 1. Well, this is kind of anticlimactic. Naruto's not... That's weird that, like, the Rock Lee Naruto one isn't on here, because that's the one that most people, I think, would think of when it comes to this, from what I know, at least. Although, personally, I will say I'm fine with Naruto being the protagonist because of everything that he represents in his dynamic with Sasuke. Although, I would have said that I think Rock Lee and Gaara's dynamic being written out more throughout the series, and that serving as, like, a positive parallel versus what Naruto and Sasuke had going on, would have been really, really cool. But this one I can't speak on because I haven't seen Kill la Kill. I've heard really good things about it. So I'm kind of like pooped that I can't speak on this one. Like I could speak on all of these, but this one. So for those of you that have seen Kill la Kill, just let me know in the comments. They're probably horribly wrong on this one. They might not be for once, but y'all can let me know down below. But wow, this was this is gonna be fun editing. Other than that, yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed CBR being CBR again. As always, this has been the Masked Man. Hope everyone has a blessed rest of the day, and peace.